Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Midge and today I'm going to be speaking to you about the 5 mistakes I see so many people do when they try and make cinematic videos. The good news is that these mistakes are very easy to sort out, very easy to avoid, and will basically cost you nothing and can work with pretty much any camera. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So the first mistake I see people do is they try and shoot at the lowest aperture, the lowest f-stop all the time. And the problem with that is sometimes you can miss focus, which is not very good. And what's worse is all your footage looks like it has the same depth constantly. So my advice is to always shoot something close to 4 or 5.6. And that way, when you do decide to go down and shoot at like 1.8 or 1.4, what you end up having is such a great difference in isolation and depth of field that your footage actually looks different and therefore actually looks more cinematic. So with that in mind, I have a series of I think 3 or 4 shots here, and they're all going to be shot the same, except for one of those shots is going to be shot once at f4 and then the other time at f1.4. So I hope that even with that one small example, you can really see the difference that just having that small variety in f-stop and blurriness of depth of field can give you in your shots. Every single camera has a native ISO, and a lot of people don't shoot at it, they shoot at a much lower one. Very commonly for mirrorless cameras and DSLRs is 800-ish or sometimes 400. And what a native ISO is the sensitivity of your sensor that your camera records and captures footage at the best. So for example, on the Sony mirrorless cameras, they're usually about 800. So what I'm going to show you is one example of 2 shots. One was shot at ISO 125 because I'm in a hybrid log gamma profile at the moment, and the other one is at native ISO 800. And what we should expect to see is that the 800 ISO is actually much cleaner and there's less noise in the footage. Now every single camera has a native ISO and you can very easily find it. Sometimes it's called base ISO or native ISO, but it's not that difficult to find if you type in to Google your camera base ISO. So the third thing I see people do when they shoot cinematic videos is they shoot pretty much everything with the same focal length. And they shoot a lot of close-ups and they edit that in, or they shoot a lot of wide shots and edit that in, or medium shots, and that's a problem. Because when you get variety in your shots, that's when you start to find a story build. Because if you place a close-up somewhere, you're making something important. If you're putting a wide shot somewhere, you're trying to get everyone to look at how great this landscape or room or environment is, and you need to use those to your advantages. So I have a link just up there. It's of a film I made when I was in Iceland, and if you watch it, I think it's only a minute long or a minute and a half long, you will see that there are so many different types of shots ranging from mediums, close-ups, and wides, drone shots, and they're all used at different points in the video to give you a different feel in each point of the video, and I hope that will help you. The fourth thing I see people do, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, is a lot of people don't take advantage and don't shape their lighting. So what do I mean by that? I mean that if you're shooting with natural sunlight or you're shooting with artificial light, people don't try and shape that to make something look good. This is what it looks like when I haven't put any effort into the lighting, and this is what it looks like when I do have lighting. So you can clearly see how much of a difference a cheap light can be in this scenario. Last but not least, and I think this might be actually one of the more important tips I can share with you today, is audio. Now, it's really important for you to create and grasp and get a hold of some good audio, be it sound effects, music, or even in this room when I'm filming. Right now, I'm filming on a recorder that I have sat right here. You can't see it, but if I do this now I'm just running off of the camera's audio, and it doesn't sound nearly as good. So if we go back to the regular audio, now you can hear how much of a difference just one recorder can make. And I don't even have that expensive a recorder. I have a Zoom H6 or Zoom H4, I don't remember. but it was very cheap. It was like $100. That's all I needed it to be. But additionally, if we go back to that Iceland video that you've possibly just watched, if you haven't, it's a great example of everything I'm talking about in this video, is using different sounds to build a location. For example, if you get a shot of birds in a jungle, you might layer insects on the ground as a sound, and then birds flapping their wings through the scene, and that will be your shot. So you need to remember that audio and video complement each other to make a good film, to make something feel a certain way, and to make your audience have an emotional reaction to anything. So, watch any film, any TV series, most videos on YouTube that are travel videos, you will see that the creator has layered audio into it in such a way that it makes a much fuller experience and a richer experience for you when you're watching the video. So please, please, please do not ignore your audio. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think of the new background. It's actually just all my garden stuff, all the stuff I had on my balcony in my bedroom, because I figure it's more interesting than a white wall, right? So I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. It helps more than you know. And I will see you in the next one.